This is lesson 14. Okay. And basically, lesson 14, we shall look at what we call the condition math within our Excel file. And we shall go on and see what we call the aggregating specific data points using the sum ifs, count if, and count ifs. Now, this is becoming interesting. Seriously. If you're still there and you don't know where to begin, just go to our Excel complete course from absolute beginners to advanced from our first lesson so that you can catch up with us. And don't forget, we're still inside module 3, which is basically the intermediate analytics and charts. Okay. And this is our lesson 14. And within here, we shall start it off with what we call the sum ifs function within our Excel. Now, the sum if function add based on one condition, as we're going to see step by step. And what is its purpose? Now, sum if adds number when one condition is met, as we shall see in front there. And this is the formula. You start with an equal sign, then you type on your keyboard the sum if function, and if you type, it will ask you for the range, the criteria, and the sum range, as we shall see. And we have one example here, which is we have our item column, the movement, and the quantity. And we have one question, which is here we want to calculate the total quantity received for milk item. And within here, we shall use what we call the sum if. And since it adds up only one number when one condition is made, so we shall only find what we call the milk received within our total quantity. So how to do this? First of all, we shall click any cell we want to put our result or our result to be. So we start off with typing the equal sign, then we type our sum if function. It will pop up like this within the Excel. So what you need to do, need to double click it. As you can see, it asks for us for the range, criteria, and the sum range. Now within this time, our range will be in the item column. So we shall highlight our item column. It will be our range since we're looking for the milk products, right? Then after writing that, highlighting our entire column, then we put a comma, and it will ask for the criteria. Now within here, our criteria will be only milk because we're looking for the milk products, right? So we shall write our milk product within there as our criteria. Okay. And after that, we put a comma, and it asks for us for the sum range. Now the sum range, since we want to know the total quantity received, our sum range will be in quantity column. Now what you do, you need to highlight all your entire quantity column like that. Then after, you close your brackets and you hit enter. As you can see, we've got our total quantity received for only milk products. But as you can see here, I can change it to, let's say I want to know the total quantity received for the bread product. So I'll just double click my result there. Then I change this. I change the milk to bread. As simple as that, right? Then I hit enter. As you can see, we've got our total for the bread. So that's how basically we use the sum if. And the sum if helps us to add numbers based on one condition. For instance, as you've seen, we've added the total quantity received based on only one product, which is the milk product or the bread product. Now let's say another example, which is the sum ifs. And this one basically adds up one or multiple condition within your data range, as we shall see step by step. And its purpose, it's sum ifs is one of the most useful function for inventory. In case you have your inventory sheets and you want to know some some digits or some numbers you want to calculate for some specific products within your inventory sheet, then therefore you need to use the SUMIFS function because it adds multiple condition within one entire range within there. So basically within here it is written like this. This is the formula. You start off with the equal sign and it asks, and within this time it asks the sum range first before the range. Okay, and it go, you can type on what we call the criteria range 1 and criteria range 2 and criteria 2, since it adds up multiple condition within the Excel. And we have one of our Excel example, as you can see over here, and within this time we shall find how many milk units were received, and within this we shall need two condition, and one will be item which is milk, and another one the movement within in, since we want to know how many milk units were received. And when I see our in our movement we have the in and out, and we want to know how many units were received, since it indicates received, since it means which we collected, or here we shall use what we call the in within our movement column. So we shall need two condition within here. So basically we shall type anywhere we want our result to be, and we start off with the equal sign, and therefore we start writing the SUMIFS function, and it will appear here. What you need to do, just double click it like that, and within this time it asks first for the sum range, and our sum range will be our quantity column. So we shall highlight our quantity column like that, then we put a comma, and it will ask for our criteria range 1, and within here you want what to call the milk column or the item column, and we shall highlight the item column as you can see, then we put a comma, and within here our criteria will be the milk product. So we shall write our milk product there, and after that we put a comma, and our criteria range number 2 will be in the movement. We shall highlight the movement column. Okay, we put a comma, and within here our criteria will be the in or the products we received. So I'll just type the in there. Okay, and after that, that's all. I'll close my brackets since we need only two conditions, and after closing then we hit enter. As you can see, we've got our result, whereby we've got how many milk units were received, which is 180, and this is our result. Now basically that's how we use the SUMIFS function within the Excel. Let's go to another example here, which will be the COUNTIF function within the Excel. Now this is becoming more interesting. Why? Because you need to pay attention basically here, because these are the most useful function within the Excel. Now COUNTIF function basically counts based on one condition, whereas the COUNTIFs, as we shall see in front there, counts based on multiple condition. Now its purpose, the COUNTIF counts how many cells meet one condition only, and this is the formula. How you write it, you begin with the equal sign again, and you type COUNTIF function. It will ask you for the range and the criteria, and I have again my example table which is the same, and within this time we want to know how many times does milk appeared within our data range. So within here, we shall use what we call the COUNTIF function. We click anywhere we want our result to be. Start off with the equal sign. Then you start typing the count if function. It will pop up here. Then you double click it. Then it will ask you for the range. And since here we want to know how many times does milk appeared within our data range, so our range will be in the item column. So I'll just highlight my item column like that. Then I put a comma, and our criteria will be, since we're looking for only milk, so our criteria will be the milk item. So I'll just close my brackets, then I hit enter. As you can see, now we can identify how many times does milk appeared, and it appeared 3 times within our Excel. And when we look up here, we can see milk is typed 3 times, it meaning our COUNTIF function works exactly, gives the correct result. And let's see another example, which is COUNTIF function. Now this one basically counts based on multiple conditions, right? It counts rows where multiple conditions are true. And within here, we have the same example, the same table, and we want to know how many milk transactions were in. Okay. Now within here, we shall use two conditions, right? We want the milk, the item column, and the movement, because we want to know how many milk transactions were in, right? And when we see here, we see milk out also and in also. So we want to know only how many milk transaction we are in. And basically, we shall use what we call the COUNTIFs function, since it counts based on multiple condition. What you're going to do, you're going to click any cell you want your result to be. You start off with the equal sign, then you start typing COUNTIFs function. It will pop up like that. Then you double click it basically, and it asks you for the criteria range 1. And within here, our criteria range 1 will be in the milk item, right? The item column. So we shall highlight the item column. We put a comma, okay? Then our criteria this time will be the milk we want. Since we want to know milk, how many milk transactions we have made, so our criteria 1 will be on milk. So we shall type our milk there, and we put a comma, and our criteria 2, range 2, will be in the movement. Since we want to know transaction were in, not out, we want to know they were in, so basically it will be in the movement column. So we shall highlight our movement column. As you can see, we put a comma, and our criteria 2 will be, we want to know transaction were in but not out. So we shall, our criteria will be the in only. So we shall type our in there. We close our brackets. We hit enter. As you can see, we've got 2. It means we've got 2 transactions that were made by milk, and they were in, right? And when I spot here, I see milk in here and milk out, milk in. So I have 2 milk in the movement. So our result is true. And basically, you may ask yourself, why do I need to know this function within the Excel? Now notice that SUMIF does not care about the movement column here. It simply adds all quantities where item is equal to milk. As of you see here, we use the SUMIFs, whereas this SUMIFs calculates based on multiple conditions. And the COUNTIF only one condition, as we saw, and the COUNTIFs counts based on multiple condition also. And within here, the main use of this 4 Excel function is to help you find, add, and count specific information from a large table without manually filtering your data. That's the main reason without or with learning these 4 beautiful conditions within the Excel. So basically, that's it, and that's how we closed our lesson number 14. Hope to see you in lesson 15 and hope you learned something. Make sure you subscribe and you hit that bell sign up so that you get every update we